You might have noticed our Discord went down alongside the launch. And please don't take this as me trying to deflect, because it's really not meant that way. Discord servers have a cap of 25,000 people online at any given time. That is a hard cap.
They don't.
Unless you apply...
It's not a hard cap. I know about that, right? Like, and it's not an actual hard cap. What you'll see is once you hit that 25,000 people marker, right, it will start to strain the server and things will go slow for certain users. It doesn't even
start to strain it. We actually hit the 25,000.
Mate,
and what happened?
And Discord still worked. Like, I was on
our
Discord
server fell apart, dude.
Mate, I was on there all day and everything responded all of the time.
For all of us on the
it definitely fell apart.
It was breaking.
It definitely broke.
It was perfect for me, mate. It's perfect for me, so. Yeah, go really slow.
Okay,
right?
sorry.
Yeah.
Then I misspoke. Let me rephrase what I said then. Fair enough. Our server hit 25,000 and it fell the fuck apart. And for some people, it must have been working fine. From what I heard, some people, like pretty much most people I've spoken to, the site just fell apart for them. If it worked for you, I mean, I'm surprised, but hey.
That's perfect for me. That's crazy. Yeah, it was really, really perfect. You know,
I was jumping from voice chat to voice chat, and it was taking me 5 minutes just to change channels, and our moderation bots and all of our various server controls were taking 10 minutes to respond for us at times.
Yeah.
So things were a mess on our end. We contacted Discord in preparation for this because we were at about 21,000 people, and we said, you know, hey, we're getting close to the point where our server's going to have issues. Can you guys up our server cap? They said no, come back to us when you're closer. We kept going back to them. It finally took no, seriously, we were in their Discord server for their support, literally messaging all of their developers saying, hey, our server's burning down right now. We need you to up our cap now. And you notice how our server went back up yesterday?
Yep.
That's when they finally got around to doing it.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice. I mean, I can testify the server was pretty shit at the end.
Yeah.
And so, do you mind if I step in? Or
by all means.
So the reason you're right now your server you can't check text on it or anything, is that because
that's totally unrelated
stuff? That's not okay.
Well, no. So let's talk about why the server's shut down right now. We were getting the living shit moderated or just beat out of our server. Like, most of the chats had a 6-hour cooldown on them at the end there.
Yeah, I remember.
Which I know, that's really high. I'm totally aware. That was literally us trying to control things because we were getting so many messages we could not respond to anybody. It was like a Twitch chat in there, and it did not matter the channel you were in.
Not to mention the child porn sites.
Yeah, no, we had people posting child porn. We had people posting regular porn. We had people who were throwing out death threats and hate speech. And this was happening all at once, and we were fighting to moderate it all. We had a bot that was catching it and trying to hit it all. It was not getting all of it. We had our moderators trying to manually moderate. They couldn't. And we had dev team members trying to respond to people's questions, and they absolutely could not because chat was moving too fast.
Well, you guys, do you know how many moderators you guys have off the top of your head? Like,
I think active last night we had 5.
Yeah, not enough for that whole thing.
For most communities of our size, that should actually be a decent number.
Yeah, it's just everyone was active since, it's so close to launch.
This was just really exceptional. And with everything going wrong on our end and with all the shit we fucked up over the last few days, people, rightfully so, are mad and they're, slinging shit in there.
Yeah. I fully understand the Discord problem, man, or the situation. Like, Last Oasis did the same. Like, they'd shut the Discord down for hours at a time.
I really wish we hadn't had to do it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, children are going to be children, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if they're not children, they're going to act like children. But
like a lot of the devs, it wasn't their fault. It was. I don't know who exactly, but someone had to have known, and they just didn't tell the whole team. So you guys had to put out not false information, but things you thought were true, even if they weren't. And
no, I really
got the absolute shit knocked out of you.
Hindsight's 20/20, but I really do regret having gone through and telling you guys shit as I got it now. Because as much as I like being able to sit down with all y'all and say, yo, this is where we're at, this is what we're doing, this is what's going on, that really ended up doing more harm than good, and I really regret that. And I'm sorry to all of you that I was giving you information that wasn't accurate.
It's Steve.
When was it known that you didn't have enough keys? Because you just don't know the day before. You must have them ready for days.
I mean, true story. I walked away from my desk last night because I needed to get away from my computer for a little while. sat down, did a little bit of reading, and when I came back, that's when the announcement went out on the Discord. Before that, I didn't know anything.
Yeah,
Damn.
we in PR get shafted all the time, my friend.
Is that
like-
important to tell the truth to the people, like instead of making some
Yo.
stories?
When I was
Talking
telling you
about-
guys that we had keys and people were getting them, that is what I knew. And I knew people were getting keys, and I knew they were getting in game because some of them were contacting me because there was issues with them getting their keys. And we actually saw people in game. We had people asking about getting their servers up and asking for support. As far as I knew, things were functional.
I
Yeah,
think
and
though,
you thought it
the
was
main
just
problem,
the servers that were messed up, because there
Yeah.
were so many people.
That's why I was telling people, like, take your time. Please don't tax the servers, but try getting in, and there's a
Right.
good chance you're going to eventually get a key.
It wasn't your or most of the devs' fault. It was, I don't know, whoever was in charge of getting the keys from Steam. That
Nick.
was, that's the person who has the blame on them.
But you have one guy more like your website programmer. Like
No, not
he-
even the web programmer, because it
No, no,
didn't
but
matter if you
like
got
the-
in.
Yeah, but the website also, like, it's fucked up.
Yeah, the website
Well, they
was
shut
messed
it
up, but
down.
it didn't
It's
matter.
easy. Like, it's easy
you-
to fix the error or to upgrade it.
Well, yeah,
don't-
but they shut it down on purpose. It's not like it
We deliberately
crashed.
shut the site down with no keys to give out to people. There's no sense in us having it up and getting hammered.
Yeah.
Right now, we have basically set things up, we believe, from what I've been told, so please take everything I'm saying here with a grain of salt, because who fucking knows?
Right.
I mean, in all honesty, you should have like a placeholder place up right now, with an apology saying that you'll try to get the keys to us as soon as possible.
but the problem is not the keys. Like most of the people are not mad about the keys. Like the keys get delayed, okay, no problem. We'll get them eventually.
Yeah, we this
Most of the
happened in
people-
2018.
Most of the people are mad because of the lack of communication. People feel like they lied to them, or they just not like they just ignore them.
Well-
Like hours and hours of silence. Like I can get it, you're working on it, it's okay. But most of the people getting mad, and I think like some people are getting overly mad. Like you can be mad, but not like talking shit to devs and stuff. Like they're working, they're doing their job. Exactly. But like the thing is, people feel like, hey, these guys are ignoring us. They're like not even talking to us.
I don't
I
want
think
to.
the problem is that they feel lack of communication. That's it.
I don't want to answer for him, but that's kind of a circle jerk. I mean, we've said it 15 times that
Yeah.
we're upset with lack of communication,
Yeah.
and his reply every time is, he gave us the information as he got it, and often it was incorrect, and so that's why he doesn't want to give incorrect information again.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
fine.
point
That's
in circle
completely fine.
jerking and asking that question.
honestly-
50
Sorry,
more
I
times.
genuinely don't
bad
know.
for him
The-
and
the-
the
the
rest
fact
of
is,
the
like,
mod team.
Nothing
they're
has
just
been
getting
said.
shafted.
Like,
But there is
I'll be
no
on the level with you
shafted.
guys right now.
Yeah.
I really I get what you're saying about, you don't blame me, but I do feel culpable for giving you guys bad information. So please understand that even if you don't think I need to say, I fucked up, it's important to me just to make sure you understand
Yeah.
I do believe I fucked up here, and I'm trying to make it right with you.
Right, because
We're
you're
trying to do your
this
job.
is your
You're
baby.
fine.
This is your
Whole
baby. You
thing.
helped make this thing.
I'm
It's
not-
been years.
I guess, here's a little bit about me, because I know a lot of you don't really know me. I wasn't on the dev team for a long time.
Right, yeah.
I, as a person, I'm not big about apologies. It's really easy to look at anybody and say, "Yo, man, I'm sorry." It's just words, and
That Pokemon.
I don't really put a lot of value into that as a person. And I understand some people think differently from me, and we are probably going to be doing a post-mortem talking about what happened and analyzing it. I'm
Mhm.
probably going to be writing it up. So I guess just what's important right now is that we're trying to make this right. We can't undo everything that's gone wrong. This current moment is a product of every single decision made leading up to it. But we can make things right going forward. We have control right now.
Mm.
So, like we heard, like something about Valve, it doesn't give you more keys or something.
We're waiting on Valve to give us more keys right now.
Yeah. But
What
they-
type of
like,
key? Do
there's
you
a
know
rumor.
exactly what type of key you guys
They would
are
be standard
requesting?
keys.
Standard keys?
Yes.
For the
That
closed
means
alpha?
Valve gets their part of money because you just don't launch your game without paying Valve their part, right?
Yeah, I heard some stuff
Yeah,
about you
guys,
wanting to
I've
do
heard some
30%.
speculation about us wanting to launch our own storefront or something. That's not
Yeah, like your
at
own
all anything
launcher.
we're planning. Yeah, no, God, no.
We don't know if we, because we don't know what Valve's saying, We have no idea. We just
I'm
heard
not
your
gonna
first-
lie.
speculation,
Valve
so-
is basically a black box for most developers. We ask them questions, and then Robot spits out keys for us.
Yeah. And so the way I heard it, or at least that's the way a game I worked on
Metamoth, I
had.
hope you've read the Reddit post
we can only do about 1,000 keys. Is that, I don't know, those aren't standard keys.
Those are override keys that
Yeah,
everybody
that's what
keeps
we had to
talking
give
about.
out for our game.
Yeah, the Veda keys, whatever they were.
Yeah, I actually authored that Reddit post talking about the override keys, and the reason that theory came up is because of the complete lack of transparency regarding why you didn't have keys.
For sure.
was completely a lie. It wasn't malicious, but it was idiotic. The complete lies after lie, they just stacked on top of each other until the domino card or the card house of cards just fell down.
If the information isn't there, like everyone will just lead to speculation.
You gotta understand, I'm literally telling you things as I know them.
Right.
I wish I could tell you more.
In PR, we don't know everything, you know?
Yeah, okay,
like,
first of
I get
all,
shafted all the time.
Why would you shut down the Discord? The only fun we were having yesterday was with the Discord.
There was child porn posts.
There were people spam, like we had devs who were having.
That wasn't the voice chat, dude. That was just the back. Just mute the backer general.
It was not just backer general. You need to understand, we had developers getting death threats. We had people posting child porn. We had regular porn. We had gay porn. If you wanted porn, it was in our Discord for some fucking reason, okay? We had people shit posting all over the place, and our developers were all trying to help moderate alongside our moderators. We could not keep up. It was moving like a Twitch chat in there. We have a bot that filters for posts. It could not keep up with the volume of posting.
Not to mention,
You said, wait, how many?
They can go to jail for that.
The worst thing you could have
done, if that, because it's their distribution, because it's their server.
All right,
yo, Zeke, take a fucking breath, brother.
Yeah, can I just ask, right? Your Discord.
The thing is, you said you had like what, 5 months?
Z talking? What? I'm not even talking.
Mod, you said you had like 5 active mods at that time, like, and you said it was enough. I mean, it could be enough, but when there's like almost 25,000 people on at the same time, it's literally impossible. With even the 2-hour cooldown, that's like what 20,000 messages.
There was still a shit ton of messages
Twitch chat. Yeah, I remember watching that thing. It did not stop.
I know. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Even with the cooldown, it was insane.
Like, I don't know how many
one person in the server can type. If a person in the server can type once every 2 hours, it was still moving very fast for that amount.
It was 6 hours by the end of it.
Why lie about the lack of keys instead of being forthcoming about it?
They didn't know.
I outright was not told.
I don't care about chats and Discord channels or any of that shit. It couldn't mean anything to me. All I am curious about is, are you getting normal keys or release override keys? And is this release override key with 1,000 key max bullshit?
He said standard key.
It's all
so the
standard
release
key.
thing is bullshit. And we're going to get our keys somewhat reasonably soon, or what would you expect?
The orders for the... Okay, let's talk numbers here, okay?
Yeah.
When you order keys from Steam, the expected wait time, so please keep in mind, because they're allowed to go over, like I believe they had at this point. I can't tell you for sure. I don't know when they were ordered.
Mm-hmm.
I was told keys were ordered prior to launch. That much I believe is true, because at least 1,000, probably more people are in the game right now with standard keys. Our override keys were only used for our partners. Okay? So, with that being the case, when we put in a request for keys, it's 48 to 72 hours expected. Beyond that, I do not know how long it's going to take.
Oh shit!
So we can expect like minimum another 48 hours.
Why weren't these keys
It could be another week.
72 hours before the launch?
I am under the understanding.
Basically, a full launch game.
I am currently under the understanding. So please, again, you need to keep in mind, I don't know everything. I'm not claiming to know everything. I am under the understanding right now that these keys were ordered before, and that Valve has failed to get them to us on time because they're not actually required to.
But by before, what do you mean?
It's no skin off their
like
shoulders.
yesterday, or do you mean like 7 weeks ago?
Wait,
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
a question. Whoever was in charge of supposedly getting those keys from Valve, why hasn't that duty been put on someone else? Because clearly they're not able to fulfill that duty.
Well, apparently he was saying a little while ago, rather than him keep telling all the time, like, is that you can only, retrieve so many keys in advance at any one time, and so you're kind of rate limited in how quickly you can get keys from Valve.
But that's because they asked
I'd
for
rather
keys
have
late.
a surplus of keys than under.
You're not understanding
Exactly.
what
The
he's saying.
problem is you can't get the fucking keys, dude.
Yeah, you're not.
Wait,
It's like they didn't like you having them in bulk and in too much in advance.
So many would equate to a full release, and that would mean giving 30%. Maybe they don't have that money. Maybe they spend it all.
That's not what he's saying at all.
No. He's not saying this. The thing is, if you know you have 36,000 backers on Indiegogo and whatever,
50,000 total.
50. 50,000 total. You should have more than 50,000 keys. And if the days are coming, and you see the countdown going down, and there's like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever, and you don't even have half the keys, you should start getting worried. You should start working on it because it's been what 40 hours of, sorry, like 30 something, 40 hours before the launch was supposed to go. Like, there's no way. At least not you,
That's a
Mod,
lot
like,
of people
someone,
to have in
5
a
weeks
closed
ago,
alpha.
someone in your
5,
in the
6
dev
weeks
team
ago,
should have
we
known.
known it.
Okay, I'm going to translate
It's pretty
what
much been
I'm gonna.
37 hours.
I want to translate what Moth said just very slowly for you, all of you. Basically, what he said is there's a certain allotment of keys that Steam will give you at a time. If they would have contacted them 3 to 7 weeks before, and Steam said, "Okay, we'll give you 1,000 keys," they're going to give you 1,000 key cap regardless of how many keys you request. That's what he said. He's not saying that
there was more than 1,000 backers 3 to 7 weeks ago.
Exactly. Like there was already like what 20,000,
Yeah, okay.
30,000 backers. Like
If you were going into
1,000
even 2 weeks
backers
before
was
the
like
1,000
in
keys, you fucked up.
2018, which was
exactly,
over 2 years ago.
it makes no sense that they only have like 1,000 keys. It sounds so stupid in my head. I just can't get over it.
Well, that's coming from
Before
Steam.
they knew they had all the backers.
Wait,
back. Okay,
I
so they
do
knew they
have
had
a question, though.
37,000 backers a long time ago.
Let the guy with the
And then
question
how
speak.
many-
Who has the question?
My main question is, when can we expect to be able to play and launch the game?
Oh, we
That's
have
my
no
question.
idea.
I'd
48 to 72 hours. He said that.
No, I did not. Let's hold up a second.
Steam is very
that's what he
spotty.
said for the
Guys,
override
Hold
key.
on.
Shut
up. Hold up.
That's
So
what he
here's the
said
deal.
today.
48 to 72 hours is the window for which Steam is claiming they'll get you your keys. As far as I know at this time, these keys were ordered well in advance of that, and they've just dropped the ball on getting it to us. I can say,
How well in advance?
I don't know. I don't
Let
handle
him
that.
speak.
Hey,
Let
have
him
you guys
speak.
ever thought about rolling out the keys to backers in order that they backed it? For example, if somebody backed it a year ago, they should get a key before someone that backed it last week.
But that
Has that
doesn't
been a
matter.
thought?
do that.
You don't
If
have
on
keys.
Discord, they won't do that.
That seems way
But
hard to
the
coordinate.
problem is,
just to be
guys,
honest.
like someone new in your like.
Exactly, in the dev team.
That's the problem. Is like you didn't have key like 2 hours before the release. Just say it. Like
And
we
you
don't.
and you
Exactly.
kept making up bullshit
all the
excuses.
doors. You
I
opened
can
both
only
doors.
tell you guys what I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
not
it's fine.
making anything I said
So
up.
are you
Let's
saying
fuck
that
that,
you're
isn't it?
not getting the correct amount of information, which is why you couldn't tell us that there was a lack of keys?
Yeah. So you need to talk like together.
So
like,
here's the deal, okay? When I found out that people were getting in game, I was told people are getting in game, that they're getting keys from the website. That is what I knew. Nothing else was given to me. So when I told people last night, yo, the site's struggling, but we do have keys on there, work your way in slowly, that's all I knew. That is what I told you guys.
Yeah,
So
but
there seems to be a
that's not what he's
disconnect
saying.
between you and the developers because
like
they would've
Exactly.
known.
Nick is the leader, right? He knew he hadn't had the keys. You go on announcements, you make at everyone, you say, "Hey guys, we don't have the keys. We're sorry. We're gonna have to delay this or work something out. We're very sorry." Blah blah blah. You just don't go and say, "We had a DDoS, millions and millions of requests, server is down, blah blah blah. The web is
That's
down."
what they knew at the
That
time.
actually
They had
happened,
no
though.
It is
idea.
all
Guys,
true.
I think
Yeah,
y'all are
but the
blaming
DDoS,
him for this. Yeah,
went
he
away
had nothing to do
yesterday.
with
I don't know
No,
why
no,
that's
it's
still
not
an
Moth's
excuse.
fault. No one's saying that. He's just the PR guy. Like he's just getting
Yeah.
beheaded because he's the guy that we see, but it's not his fault
Look,
at all.
I mean,
he's
he's
the
taking
best
the
of the
heat for
dev
all
team.
of us, but
He's
the
the one
developers
we're
aren't
listening to.
giving
You
him
know,
the correct
everyone else isn't
information.
talking to
They're
us.
not
He's the
telling
only
him
one that's
enough. They're
telling
not
us about
being
anything.
transparent to him.
I'd like to speak for a moment.
Let him talk.
I'd like to speak for a moment in defense of my coworkers. A lot of them have been trying to answer questions for people to the best of their ability. We don't all have the full story. Some of us are just artists, like myself, who just make things in the world. Some of us are just coders who just know their thing. We're all trying to give you guys the best information we have based on what we know at any given time. And with the current situation, everything is a very fast-moving clusterfuck.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. So, who kept this information secret from the rest of everyone else?
He's not going to give that up, I don't think.
Here's
Because
the
why
deal.
would he sell off?
Here, I'm going to answer that in maybe a broader way. I'm going to answer that in a broader way than you might like. I am going to be doing, most likely, a post-mortem after the keys get out to everybody. We're going to sit down and talk about what happened, what went wrong. People need an explanation. They need clear information about it.
But one thing, like you are.
You should announce that. Say that you're gonna do that. And
Again.
it's hard to fuck right now.
It's not even that there was a lack of keys or the game was broken. It's the way you handled it and how many lies were.
That's the same circle jerk we've done
That's
15
the- They weren't
times.
lies.
Dude,
Dude,
this
that's
is
not
the
a
third
problem.
fucking time we're going over this.
You
Shut
know
the
what? No,
fuck
let's
up
be
about
fair
it.
here. Let's be fair here. It may not have been a lie, but I did mislead you guys. I'll own that. I didn't know.
Oh my god. Get that out of there. Kick that.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody mislead. Somebody lied to us, though. That's the thing. Somebody lied.
Someone lied to him.
No, it's
So
not
he
necessarily a
was
lie.
I don't think anybody lied to me.
We kept a very important company secret, which led to this disaster.
Okay, wait. When you say you misled people, what specifically are you referring
He's
to?
talking about the
Get the
keys.
fuck out of here, journalists.
I,
okay?
quite frankly,
Fucking baited into some shit.
Why don't you suck my fucking dick, bro? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it just like you, alright?
So look, here's the deal, okay? I did not mislead anybody deliberately. I gave you guys the information I had at the time. And that's no excuse at the end of the day. You guys didn't get the information you needed.
Is that regarding the DDoS, though?
No, so the DDoS happened. There's no question of that.
Okay.
But then it stopped happening yesterday.
The DDoS did happen, but it didn't really affect the
Close
fact
the web
that
because they didn't have keys. That's it.
Listen, as much as I appreciate you coming in and explaining all this to us, because it is nice to hear it, why is it happening not in the Deadmatter Discord, in something called Delayed Matter, in like this private little 100-person and not a public announcement?
Because it is important to me to reach out to our community right now.
Metamoth,
The situation is an
sanctioned by
absolute...
your coworkers, or you just
Could
kind
you
of
all stop talking? I'm trying to hear these guys.
So as it is, I have the latitude to do things like this as I need to in my role.
Okay. I'm just curious why it wasn't posted in there for other people to join and not hear it through.
I do this for various communities. This, like, I don't mean to sound mean when I say this. You guys aren't special in the regard that I'm doing this for you.
Oh.
I'm hopping around today and talking to people.
Okay, so
seriously, somebody competent needs to take care of the Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
it's basically
not only Twitter, Muff. Like last message and announcements was like almost 12 hours ago. You just, I mean, people that only follow that Discord, for example, as myself, I was like an hour ago. You just go radio silent, reloading Reddit and reloading Twitter, and you see
He doesn't
nothing.
want to fucking say bullshit, man. He just
No,
doesn't know right
it's not
now.
bullshit, but if you post a
But he's
message every
talking
2
about
3
the
hours,
company.
like,
We
hey,
know
we're
you're trying to
working
do
on
this in good faith, but you just cannot do all of this on your own. You need some help.
I mean, I fully expect to get shot down here, but I could help you guys, you know, for a bit. I did PR for fucking Wendy's.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Why do you sound like
That's a no for me, Chief.
So, as it stands, we are not providing hourly updates because I personally feel, and the team is in agreement with me, that we provided too much information on the fly, and it resulted in a lot of confusion and a lot of people getting the wrong idea about what was going on. So that's why we're holding back until we can just say outright, yo, keys are here, come get them.
So one of my friends got a key. I'm confused.
He got lucky.
There were about 1,000 keys.
You got fucking lucky.
Dude, I was about to get a key.
There's no keys or there is keys? He got a key.
There was keys, but there
There
wasn't
was.
enough keys.
There was.
Exactly.
So you know,
It's like food in the Soviet Union, you know? They didn't have enough.
But one thing, guys, like Mira, you need to talk to the guy that knew about the keys and the guy that's running the website.
Okay, we've
Both
established
fucked
that.
up.
We've
You also
established
need to
that.
disable
All
early
those
IPM.
persons are fucked up.
We've established that.
Like in politics,
All right,
like,
everyone,
so-
let's establish what we've already said. We
Guys.
wanted more communication, but the communication was wrong, and so they're not giving hourly updates anymore. We wanted to know about the lack of keys. We've already gone over that about 4 times. So let's move on to something else.
Guys, I do need to...
There needs to be more people in PR, so there isn't.
Let him speak. Let him speak, bro.
All the pressure on one person,
somebody
you know,
serve me,
because that's bound to make somebody mess up.
I just not shut the fuck up.
So, as it is, guys, I do need to dip for now. I have a lot of stuff I still need to take care of today. The situation's still moving. I'm sorry I don't have all the answers for you.
No, you're good. Thank you for
Yeah,
your time.
thank you.